American Businesswomen's Day is celebrated on September 22nd every year. It is a special day dedicated to celebrating the achievements and contributions of women in the business world. This date marks the founding of the American Business Women's Association in 1949, a key organization that supports women's professional growth and achievements. The day is important for several reasons. First, it honors the legacy and hard work of more than 68 million working women and 7.7 million women business owners in the United States. It recognizes their vital role in the economy and their contributions to various industries. Additionally, it shines a light on the need for equal opportunities and rights for women in the workplace, advocating for their growth, leadership, and national recognition. American Businesswomen's Day also serves as a reminder of the progress made and the challenges that exist for women in business. It encourages support for women entrepreneurs and professionals, highlighting the fact that women own 36% of small businesses worldwide with a significant impact on the economy and society. Celebrating this day involves acknowledging the hard work of women in business and promoting future inclusion and advancement in the professional world. Hello, Trish. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, Michael. Very much appreciate the opportunity.
Well, we're so excited to have you here, but why don't we start? Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about your background?
Okay. Well, thank you, Michael. My name is Trish Spellman. I'm the president of Cura Hospitality. Cura is a contract food service management company. We operate in the healthcare space. So we provide contract food services for senior living, acute care hospitals, as well as behavioral health sites. I've been in this business probably, more than probably 40 years, unfortunately, I guess. But no, it's been what an experience actually all along the way. I actually started in the kitchen in the profession of contract food services, and grew up through the rank and file with not only food service experience, multiple service experience, plant ops maintenance, etc., and then graduated into senior leadership positions and district manager up through VP, greater levels of responsibility throughout the course of my career. So it's been very interesting with the changes in healthcare along the way to be able to pivot and respond and actually elevate within organizations to meet my needs professionally and personally. So awesome.
And awesome, almost 40 years, that's quite a career. But, if we go back to the beginning, what made you want to pursue a career in food service?
Well, it's interesting because I was in sales in college, and I sold food service sales. And I really thought that was where I wanted to head, into food service sales for, a manufacturer. At the time, though, I was introduced to someone who worked for a contract food service management company, and had a conversation around a role which was responsible for purchasing, and it really was a food production manager role. And at that point in time, I just felt like it was so more meaningful and such a level of responsibility that I was have to make sure that I could purchase all the food needed in a hospital location for this one contract, and manage the diet information and ensure that they had everything they needed. And I felt like it was such a massive responsibility, and that I thought it was challenging, and I went for it, and that's where it started. and I was blessed, actually. I worked with some great people in my career that you learned from. And it really becomes, in the contract food service business, it's a team effort. You're only as good as the people you work with. And at the end of the day, people really helped me get to the next step all along the way in my journey over these past 40 years. So that's been awesome.
Awesome. And it really is about the people. So if I were to say and ask your most rewarding experience so far in your career, what would that be?
Oh, wow. My most rewarding experience, now this is both personally and professionally, actually, it was the experience my life and career talk when we were provided an opportunity to relocate to another country. Um, and we did for a little over 4 years. We went into Ireland, my family and I, and we had no real concept. Of course, it's English speaking country, but when you emerge into a new culture and environment, no matter if they're English speaking or not, there are so many laws that are different, business practices that are different, day to day business in your own personal life. I'll never forget the story. My husband tried to get onto my bank account because I was the worker, and he wasn't able to. I had to go in person. He wasn't able to withdraw any money from our account with the kids, and I had to be physically present. So it was just interesting, dynamics, as well as learning from an HR business perspective and management perspective, laws and business practices that are appropriate in that country. And pertinent. So, but from a career perspective, it was the most rewarding from the sense that you learned something new every day. It was almost like diving off of a cliff into the water or the ocean, and coming up refreshed and energized in everything you did. And I felt like it was exhilarating, it was rewarding, and just a constant change and the opening of your mind to other people, other countries, other cultures that allow you to be better as a whole versus an individual.
Wow, what a great story. And, when you think about it, you're in a new country, you're in a familiar business, but you're trying to learn their culture and how to operate there. It sounds like it could be extremely stressful. So, did you learn any habits on how to manage and control stress that you still use today, or anything you want to share on that?
Yeah, probably I've changed. It's the same habit, but I've always exercised, and just that my mornings have gotten earlier as I've progressed in my career or elevated in my career. But it really does. It's that peace of mind. I start my day normally almost every day working out in some way, shape, or form. And I think whether it's walking, running, not running, being on an elliptical, I should say, or aerobics, etc., just something that's physically active that keeps me mentally sound. It also is a great opportunity for me to think and prepare for the day ahead and or conversations that I'm heading into.
And I think that's a great point. And the nutrition side of me will sit here and say how important it is to get that exercise and have that way to reduce your stress. So thank you for sharing that. Um, being the president of Cura, I'm sure that comes with a lot of work responsibilities. And then being, who you are personally, a mother, a wife, comes with a lot of personal responsibility. So how do you go about balancing the professional and personal lives that you have?
I think it evolves, Mike, over time and over at certain milestones within your career. You have to know what's important to you at that point in time. And you make your choices in your career based on that. However, um, to be able to balance, I think I have two girls, so it's great. They've been a part of my whole career evolution, and I'm proud to say that they're pretty independent, and I think that's due to me being elevating in my career and the level of responsibilities that I've had over the number of years. I think it's about understanding when you need to be present, what the priorities in your personal life are, and clearly managing your professional life to meet the needs of your personal life, and then vice versa. There are times when you have to bend, of course, as you elevate into a leadership role, such as I'm in right now today. We are constantly working. Sometimes it's 24/7s, but there are those times that you just shut down. And I think it comes down to communicating to those you also work with when it's important for your personal life to say, hey, I have something going on I really need to be present for, or hey, I'm out of the office, we're having some fun activity for my daughters or whatever the case may be, or I'm on vacation, and trying to hold yourself to it, but also holding yourself to that when the people you work with are on vacation and you're not. You can't disturb them either, because you have to practice what you preach in some way, shape, or form. Does that make
Well,
sense?
it
Yeah.
absolutely, and I could say, being somebody that works with you, how you actually do practice that during work. And I know when I take time off, you try not to bother, bother me, or if you do have to reach out for something, you are very apologetic about it. So it does mean a lot. And, it's not just words that you're saying right now, it's actually how you live your life. So that's always good to see. We are preparing to celebrate American Businesswomen's Day. So I do have to ask, do you have any advice for other women who may be aspiring to be in leadership roles or to be in the food service industry?
I think yes. I think the most important thing is, you can be anybody you want to be, and you can do and achieve any opportunity you want to achieve. Um, my advice would be to stop, uh, to go after those opportunities that maybe you don't think you're 100% ready for. I grew up in a world where, at the time when I grew up, I should say, um, women probably had to tick the box on 100% of the requirements for upward mobility in a position. However, men actually were able to only meet 25% of the requirement and then be promoted. I think we have broken the barrier in some way, shapes, or form, but I encourage folks and women in this professional world to take the leap. If there's an opportunity that you think you can be passionate about, first and foremost, be passionate about your endeavor, and then go for it, and then focus and deliver and execute to it.
Great. And that passion is so important. Um, and I could again just share, since we know each other a little bit,
Mm.
I get to see your passion not only when you're, talking about, food and the food that we serve, but also when you talk about the people at Cura that we work with that help us fulfill the mission, but also, the patients, the residents that we're taking care of. There is a passion that you do have, for all those individuals. So it is great to see. As we're getting ready to wrap up, is there anything else you want to share? That I neglected to ask about.
Not that you neglected to ask about, but Mike, but I really do think, and further to what you were saying, the point you were making about passion. I think of some conversations I've had with my daughters and my daughters' friends when they're graduating high school and getting excited for that next level, that next bit of upward mobility. And it's like, hey, put your 2 feet together, stand on the ground, strong, think, and go forward. You can be anything you want to be, but surround yourself in an environment that supports you and gives you that greater sense of purpose in what you're doing, and surround yourself with those people that are going to help you feel and get personal satisfaction along with the professional role that you play.
Awesome. And thank you for that. I think that's a great way to end. I would just like to really thank you for your time today, for sharing a little bit about yourself, both personally and professionally, and for joining me on Cura Conversations, Tales of Hospitality Excellence.
Well, thank you, Michael. I do appreciate the opportunity. You have a great day.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on today's episode of Cura Conversations, Tales of Hospitality Excellence. And a big thank you to Trish Spellman, the President of Cura Hospitality, for joining us today and sharing her expertise. We hope you found our discussion on today's topic insightful and engaging.
Since 1999, Cura has specialized in serving life plan communities, behavioral health, and acute care facilities. Cura creates dining service programs specific to each client's needs, taking the worry of guest safety and satisfaction, employee development, and operational and fiscal challenges off our clients' plates. As our clients' needs evolve, so do we. We are a company of experienced dining service professionals that is part of Elior North America. Together, we are small enough to care and big enough to make a difference. Thank you for listening to Cura Conversations, Tales of Hospitality Excellence, and we hope you will visit us at curahospitality.com to learn more about how we nurture well-being with every meal we serve.